but I've missed you guys. I feel like it's been so long since we've done a call. I know that life for me got wild and crazy there for a while. And I know talking to a lot of you that it's just been kind of the same. I feel like everybody's like going in all the directions right now, and it's hard to know which way is up. We're just kind of, I think a lot of us are in survival mode from what I'm hearing. So just know that you're not alone in that. And I had, okay, so I don't know if this is how you guys are feeling, but I went through this period where I was like my anxiety got really high, and I'm like, because I don't know what life is going to look like if it continues on like this. Like if COVID keeps going, what is this going to be like for us? You know, like I can't visualize that. And then there's this other part of me that's like, what's going to happen if things start going back to normal? Like what's that process going to look like? And I can't visualize that either. So I just like all of a sudden I got really stuck, like just in general. I was just like, every day I would like sit here. I'm like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move forward. Like, how do I set goals? How do I get excited about, you know, my business or taking care of my kids? Like, how do I get excited about all these things again? And it just took some time for me to really sit down and come up with a plan and like really think through goals and action steps in order to get me feeling excited again. And I'm like all fired up, you guys. Like the last 2 weeks, I'm like, let's go, let's do this, let's get back on track. And so I don't know if any of you guys are feeling that way, but from kind of the conversations I've been having with people, it sounds like I'm not the only one who's been feeling like stuck, feet in cement. Like I have these goals, I want to do things, but I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. So I thought today would be a good time, since my husband is going for drinks with the guys, for all of us to sit down together and just talk about kind of the next 30 days and then, you know, setting goals for 2021. So I don't know if you guys saw, but I posted that calendar in our chat. I tried to email it to you. I don't know if it worked. I posted it in the Inspiration Number Ones group, and I love it. This calendar was created by Chrissy. I was actually on the phone with her yesterday, and she's like, I'm going to make a calendar. I'm going to do a team call. I'm like, perfect, because I think that's something my team would benefit from so much. So I wanted to make sure that I pass it on to you guys too. So I'm just going to share my screen quick, and we can go over that together. Share. Can you guys see it okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. I think right now, I know going into December, like kind of the end of November, just going into December, my head space was like, okay, the first year I tried to run December as normal. I tried to do parties. I tried to just like run it as normal. And it was kind of a bust. I mean, I got sales, but I didn't really, like my parties were zeros. You know, most of my sales came from my VIP group, from my lifers, my girls who want to like continue investing in Zaya. So I was like, you know, the last couple of years, I didn't really focus on parties necessarily. I just kind of have been working my VIP group. Zaya's done a really good job of giving us these 12 days of Zaya, which is amazing. That it helps our business so much. And this year, they are giving us 2 launch days right around that holiday shipping time, which is amazing. So Zaya is basically doing everything that they can to help us really get off to a strong start this month. So, you know, like I said, going to this month, I kind of had this mindset of I'm just going to kind of work my VIP group, and that's kind of going to be it. And the more that I think about it, the more that I'm realizing like how important it is to continue to show up during these last, what do we have? Like almost 3 weeks of this month. And it's really crucial, because what we do in the next 3 weeks is what's going to kind of catapult us and help us get off to a really good start come January. So I love this little like game plan that Chrissy put together, because like I said before, I think a lot of us just like, we're overwhelmed with where to start. So having something like this in front of us is going to be so key when we're getting ready to sit down and work our business each day. It's like, okay, so today is the 10th, last minute holiday boutiques is something that she put on there. And I love that idea. If that's something that you feel like you maybe have a customer who's trying to get Christmas shopping in, or somebody who's expressed that their friends are looking for Christmas stuff. Just if you have like somebody in your circle or in your VIP group who is, like knowingly shopping for Christmas gifts, get them set up with a VIP rewards link for themselves. Or, make sure you run some sort of like a holiday boutique this last few days, or these next few days before the shipping cutoff. Because I think right now, I believe USPS has given us the cutoff of December 14th to make sure that things are going to arrive on time. I would say that I think things kind of in the 15th and the 16th will probably still arrive on time. Like, don't guarantee that to your customers because we don't know that for sure. But I think we can still kind of market holiday shopping for a couple more days and say, well, it might not get there, but there's a really good chance it's going to get to you before the holidays. So just be aware that the deadline is the 14th for holiday shipping, but I kind of think there's going to be a little bit of wiggle room in there. Fingers crossed. So anyway, setting up anybody who is doing Christmas shopping with their VIP rewards link, set them up, consider doing like a party this weekend with them. Say, hey, if you have friends, are shopping for activewear for family, let's just do a party quick. Like, let's throw something together this weekend. We can run it for a few days. We can, Monday can be the last day, or even Sunday, you can cash in on rewards on Monday. Like, let's just do this quick. And I think that something like that could be really effective if you have the right hostess. So if you have somebody in your circle who you think would be willing to do that or is shopping, definitely reach out to them and ask them to host a holiday boutique. I think that'd be a really good idea. So like I said before, kind of still focusing on those holiday sales here, like the 15th, 16th. And then really once you get into like 17, 18, 19, all the way up to Christmas, start really thinking about gift cards and like talking gift cards with your customers. And gift cards can be something that's really fun because, like, I didn't think of this, but what Christy was saying, she's like, get into Canva and make like some fun gift cards. Like, you could personalize it. You could put their picture on it if you want to. You can put their name on there, put the gift card code, your website, like make some fun Canva graphics that you can share in your VIP group and say, okay, here's a few like graphics I put together. I can send this to you. You can print it off. You can give it to your family member, or, you can email it on to them, whatever is the best way, like, let's make this really fun, because we all know there's going to be those people at the last minute who are going to be like, crap, I need to get a gift for somebody and it's not going to arrive on time. So definitely be thinking about marketing gift cards to your people, your followers, VIP group, whatever it might be. So, and then kind of, I don't know if you see from, okay, so what she put, the plan post-holiday events in here from the 21st to the 23rd. So obviously still talking gift cards and stuff like that, but that time is a really good time to start have those as planning days. So really start focusing on how you want to work that week in between Christmas and New Year's. And if you guys haven't been with Zaya during December or January before, this is like one of my favorite times of the year is between Christmas and New Year's, and then into January, because everybody is so excited about their New Year's resolutions and their fitness goals, and they have like Christmas money, and they're like ready to just like get revved up for the new year. So last year I did a mystery hostess between Christmas and New Year's, and it was awesome. It went so well. I set a goal. I think I set a goal with them. I'm like, let's see if we can hit $2,000. And, if we hit $2,000, 2 people will get, $150 credit and then the half off items or whatever. and they loved it. They worked for it. I had girls ordering like multiple times because they just loved the whole theme of like New Year and New Year resolutions and stuff like that. So just kind of think about how you could maybe theme a party, or, you know, if you want to run parties for people, you could definitely do like a New Year, New You theme or something like that. Like, be thinking about ways that you can work that week and really get people excited about getting their New Year's resolutions and having new clothes. It's like, I don't know why, I just love that week. It's just so chaotic though. I mean, for everybody in life, because you're coming off the Christmas high and you're just in this limbo, but it's a fun time. At least I think it's a fun time. So, yeah, so just focusing on kind of that stuff to end the month really strong. And also really after Christmas through through January really is an awesome time to talk about the business, because everybody's coming off of Christmas. You know, a lot of people probably have, you know, maybe they have high credit card bills, or maybe they feel like they need like a fresh start financially, and maybe they need an opportunity to kind of help pay off that holiday debt if they have that. So, you know, really starting to hit home on the opportunity is a really great idea, especially, you know, the after Christmas really through January. So I was thinking about doing a Discover Zaya. I don't know if we should do one that last week of December or wait till January. Not really sure if you guys have ideas on that or not, just because, like I said, that week between Christmas and New Year's is kind of crazy. But I think for sure, you know, the first part of January, it'd be a good idea to do a Discover Zaya or do like a sneak peek call or something like that. So I will let you know more about that as it comes up. But if you have feedback or ideas on it, let me know. I am open to whatever you guys want to do, suggestions, stuff like that. So she also put on here some good times to run some flash sales. Like, if you want to do a flash sale, you obviously can do it whenever you want, but the 26th, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day are really good times to run some specials or something like that. So just keep that in mind. And when you're doing your planning, make sure you plan those out, make any graphics that you need, all that kind of fun stuff. So do you guys have any questions kind of about the next 30 days, or suggestions or things that you plan to incorporate that maybe would help anybody else? Hopefully nobody's in the waiting room. I just realized that. Okay, well, if you guys, the chat is open, you can unmute and talk, whatever. I think the chat's open. Where's the chat? Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. It's fine. I found it. Okay, it's been a while since we've done Zoom calls. Okay, so before we hop into this, I do want to quick touch on what makes us different from other people, especially like right now. I feel like sometimes right now, especially, it's really easy. Oh, wait, hold on. I did a live and went through my rack. I might do that again. Oh, last year you did that. Oh, that's a good idea, Kimberly. My girls love it when I do that. And I haven't done that for a long time. So that's a good idea. Maybe that'd be a good thing to incorporate in there too with the mystery hostess or something. But one thing before we go into setting goals and stuff like that, I wanted to quick touch on like what makes us different and just remind all of us, you know, what is so special about Zaya. Because right now, I don't know if you guys, are you guys like default to Amazon right now? Like, I'm such a default to Amazon. Like, anytime I'm in a shop for something, I'm like, does Amazon have it? I'm like training myself to go other places. I'm like, check Target, check Kohl's, like check other places too, not just Amazon. But that's something that's so special that we have, is that Zaya has us, the reps, you know? So we are able to really reach out to people and say, oh, you're Christmas shopping for this person. What kind of workouts do they like to do? What kind of compression do you think they like? You know, or you need a New Year's outfit? what kind of compression do you like? Are you wanting this for work or just for workouts? Like, we're able to really customize the experience for our customers. And if people go to Amazon, they're not going to get like somebody popping up going, hey, which workout are you going to do? What kind of leggings do you like? You know, they don't get that service from Amazon or, you know, whatever other company. I mean, they get us with Zaya. So I just want you guys to remember how we are in such an awesome position with what we do and how we can really serve people right now. So just keep that in the back of your mind as you're working your business and working on, you know, working on sales, and just remember how special it is that we get to be a part of this company, because seriously, it is amazing. So, okay. Goal setting. Confession, I've never been like an awesome goal setter. I will like set a goal and I'm like, that would be awesome. And then I'm just like, I'm going to work really hard and do a lot of stuff, but not do focused things. And then I question, I'm like, why is it taking me so long to get there? Why aren't I at this goal right now? Oh, wait, it's because I sat here and did a million things that aren't going to push me towards the goal. They're just like busy work, right? So, last year I got this from Inkwell Press. I got it again this year because I loved it so much. Inkwell Press is like a productivity company. They sell planners, like customizable planners, which if you guys were with me last year, I did a review on their planners and I love them. So this is the goal. This is a page out of the goal setting planner. Obviously it says goal 12 at the top. There are like 1 through 12. So you can just keep making a bunch of different goals with these handouts. But I wanted to show this to you because it really gave me, clarity. And like I was saying before, I've really struggled with that clarity, especially like this fall. And so sitting down and working through some of these with my goals it's like changed my mindset. It's changed my energy level. It's given me something that's tangible that I can sit down and I can work on these steps in order to get me closer to where I want to go. So I love that at the top, it's focused, it's not just Zaya, right? Like you can use this handout for something personal, work, home, any other goals that you have. This process is going to help you really narrow down what it is you want to accomplish and how you're going to do it. So, you know, thinking ahead to 2021, think about what you want to accomplish. You know, as far as Zaya goes, obviously some goals that I would consider thinking about, you know, I was doing like a PV goal. How much do I want to do in PV this year? Or even this month. You could do this monthly. And actually, that is something that seems more tangible to me, is when I break it down monthly or quarterly, because then it's not such a big goal. It's much more focused. So, you know, let's say we want to do just for the month of January. What do you want to accomplish and why is it important to you? If it's not important to you, like if there's nothing behind that goal that makes you go, I got to sit down and work on this. I want that so bad. Then maybe it's not a good goal to be working towards. maybe that needs to, you know, maybe you need to wait on that goal until you have a really good reason why it's important. Because if you have a goal without a why, you're just going to be, it's just going to sit there and you're not going to show up and do the work for it, because the why is everything, as we always know. So what is it you want to accomplish? Why is it important? And then just going through the steps of a SMART goal. Is it specific? You know, do you know exactly what it is? Is it measurable? Is it attainable? Is it rewarding? And is it time sensitive? So, you know, you can rate those things, make the adjustments off to the side, change it up a little bit, put your goal date on there by, and then I love how it says impact. How will this goal improve your life? Like, not just like, I want to chase this carrot. I want to chase that dangling carrot of director or executive or Zaya exec or whatever it is. Like, what is it about that goal that's going to make your life better? Because how many times do we set a goal and we're like, I'll be happy when I hit that goal. And then you hit the goal and you're like, I'm still not happy, right? Like, you have to be happy along the way, and you have to know exactly how that goal is going to impact your life, okay? So make sure you really take time to think that through. And then rewrite the goal at the bottom. So, you know, at the top, you probably wrote like your rough draft up here, and then down at the bottom, that can be a more like permanent version of your goal. And then this is the part that so like I can set a SMART goal. I'm like, I can do that. But this is the part that always would hang me up. I'm like, how do I break this down? And I love what they do in this paper in the sheet right here. So you're writing your goal at the top, and then it's the steps you need to accomplish that goal. So let's say your goal is to make $500 in commissions just from your sales in the month of January. Okay, let's say that's your goal. So you go through all of this stuff, you say why it's important, you know, it's specific. I will make $500 in income in January. It's measurable, yes. Attainable, yes. Rewarding, time, all that fun stuff. Then you get up here, steps needed to accomplish that goal. So first of all, we need to figure out how much you need to sell to make $500, right? Does anybody know off the top of their head, or I have to get my calculator? 500 is 28% of what? 1,785, does that sound right? So, okay, steps I need to accomplish. I need to sell $1,785 worth of Zaya, okay? So how are we gonna do that? I need X amount of parties on the calendar. So for me personally, I like to figure that one party, I assume it's gonna make $600, okay? Some of them are a lot more, some of them are a lot less, but that's kind of what I shoot for when I'm setting like a PV goal and my parties. I just assume they're all gonna do around 600. So if I need $1,700, then I'm gonna need how many parties? At least probably 3 parties for sure on the calendar for the month of January. You know, obviously more gives you more cushion. Your VIP group is going to give you more cushion, but for sure, I'm going to get 3 parties on the calendar. Then, you know, what else can you do to up your PV? Like, do you guys have ideas? You know, in my head, I'm thinking product lives, like going live in my mail to my VIP group, because that shows the product and that gets people excited about it. Sharing more about hosting on my public profile, because that's going to bring in more hostesses. Doing follow-ups, following up with everybody who's ordered in the last 3 months and inviting them to host a party. What else am I missing? Doing like doing product specific posts on my public Facebook, you know, so like just going through and really coming up with 10 steps that I can do to hit $500 in income in commissions for the month of January. Does anybody have any questions on that before we go on? I feel like I'm talking so much, you guys. I haven't talked this much in months. It's crazy. Okay, if you guys have questions, just unmute and interrupt me. But so you have all these steps, right? So now what you're going to do is you're going to group them together. So create 4 sections or mini goals to break your goal into manageable pieces, okay? So to me, I'm thinking like the things I was talking to you about, I feel like a lot of those steps were finding hostesses, right? I feel like a lot of them fell under that category of finding hostesses. So that would be like category 1, finding hostesses, or, you know, find 3 hostesses. For each mini goal, you listed to the left, write down how you will measure your progress. Well, basically, did I get my hostesses? Yes or no? And I need to have them by January 1st or whatever it is, okay? So really breaking these things down. The next one could be like, getting X amount of sales from my VIP group, right? That could be another way you're grouping it, because VIP group lives, following up with my VIP group girls, You know, all of those things fall under the umbrella of VIP group. So grouping the goals is basically just a way of taking all of these steps and condensing it down so it seems more like manageable. And you can kind of bucket those tasks then. Like one day you can do follow-ups, one day you can do VIP. I'm just listening and my wheels are spinning. Zaya Executive is my big goal for 2021. Okay, so Ashley, if Zaya Executive is your big goal, what I would do is I would say, what do I need in my personal, or my PV, lifetime PV? If you don't have it already, make that a goal. What do I need for group volume? You know, make that your goal. What do I need for first level volume? So like really breaking down what you need for the rank and making those into separate goals so that it's not so overwhelming. Like looking at each of the criteria, breaking that into a separate goal for each like action roadmap. Once you've gone through this scenario, can we revisit the steps needed to accomplish for the goal of total commissions per month? That includes group volume, like some ideas for what steps as a leader to help improve team volume. Same here, Ashley. Okay. Yes. So, okay, Nicole, we'll come back to that. Okay, so, oops. Does this first part make sense to everybody? And sometimes it's like I'm talking through this. And so sometimes it just takes sitting down and like actually writing your goal down and thinking through it instead of me like talking at you about it. So just consider sitting down and working through this. And if you have questions, just let me know. So accountability, who will support you? You guys, you always have me. You can always post it in our team page. You know, any of us will help hold you accountable, whatever you need. Like, don't be afraid to reach out, you guys. I reached out to you. Chrissy is my upline, you guys. Chrissy has a massive team. I don't talk to Chrissy that often because I'm pretty independent. She's got a lot going on. It is what it is. And I finally was like, okay, I need more accountability in what I want to do with my business. So I'm like, Chrissy, I need you to help me. And she's like, let's do it. So she's holding me accountable, you guys. Like, she's going to check in with me more often, and we have a plan together, and she's going to help me. So if you need me to help you, that's what I'm here for, okay? Don't ever be afraid to ask for any accountability or help or anything like that. Commitment, how much time will you commit to the goal each week? Set your deadline. And then you guys, we got to have a reward, because I don't know about you, but I'm really good at like hitting a goal and then just going to the next one. I'm like, oh, I did it. Okay, let's go. Next thing. But we really need to celebrate those wins that we're having, because that's what's going to keep us going, right? This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be rewarding. We're supposed to get joy from it. So set a goal. Like, if I hit this goal, I'm going to freaking buy myself the coolest purse in the world. I asked for a purse for Christmas, you guys, because I haven't got a new purse in 8 years. I just realized. So I asked for a purse for Christmas. So whatever your reward is, get a pedicure if they're open, you know, get your hair done, whatever it is, buy that, I don't know, buy that workout program you've been wanting, whatever it is, set a reward, okay? Okay. I'm going to go back to Nicole's question quick. Oh, Christy, the planner is called, it's from Inkwell Press. I put it in the chat. I think it's like a 360 disc system. So what you do is you buy the covers, you buy the discs, and then there's a bunch of different, like planners or inserts that you can get, and it's basically you customize your own planner. So for me, I needed like more of a they give you like a little quiz, and you can take the quiz and it'll tell you like what your best planner type is and all that stuff. But this comes in the goal, like these are some of the things that come in like the goal setting one. So it's like adjusting your goals, create, you know, quarterly going over your life wheel, just so that you can see where, you know, you're spending most of your time, all that fun stuff. So I love it. I love all of Tanya Dalton's things. She's amazing. She's the one who founded Inkwell Press, and Yeah, so go check out their website. It's really good. Nicole, okay, so I'm gonna go back to your question. Steps needed to accomplish for the goal of total commissions per month that includes group volume. Okay, so including commissions, like your residual income is what I think you're asking. For example, my goal is 5,000 in commission each month. Help me brainstorm. Okay, perfect. So I think first of all, with where you're at, you will want to decide, or you need to see like how much you're making off of your team right now. Like what is your income like that your team is bringing in? Then you need to look at what I would personally do is I would look at what they're bringing in. And then I would say, okay, that's what they're bringing in. This is their trends. Like look at their trend over the last several months and then figure out from there, say your team does nothing to change. Like they're always going to bring in that same amount. Then I would look at what I needed to sell in my own PV to make that combine to 5,000. And then I would start chipping away at their group volume and setting higher group volume goals so that you can start to back off a little bit on your PV as their group volume grows, if that makes sense. Like honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know what your group volume is or like how much you're making off of your team or anything like that. But what I think is a good rule of thumb is to go up by 10%. So whatever your group volume was last month, I would just set a group volume goal for 10% more. And, you know, obviously Zaya is weird about sharing numbers and stuff like that. But I feel like if you can talk on a Zoom call with them, like set a goal, show them the thermometer on the Zoom call, you know, let them know that's what you're shooting for. And then, you know, just watch how that impacts your income. And then you can kind of, like I said, adjust your PV accordingly. I hope that helps make sense. But like steps needed to accomplish. Okay. So one of them I would do is like I said, I would set a group volume goal for your team, you know, for the next month, and then just keep growing that by 10%. I would reach out to your leaders. I would check in with your leaders and say, ask them who their leaders are, ask them how their teams are doing, and then I would ask them what their personal PV goals are so that you can make sure that you're in alignment with them so that you know how much they're working their business and how much you can kind of count on them to be showing up. And then that will impact your paycheck, if that makes sense. So I would do like reach outs to your leaders, setting a group volume goal. Like I said, setting your personal volume goal that's, you know, reasonable and attainable, and hopefully it will help make up for that $5,000, like the half that your team's not bringing in. And then what else would I do? You know, I think if you want more volume, you know, maybe you do like a booking blitz, you know, run a booking blitz with your team to help your team increase their volume. Maybe you do a special training on parties to help them get more volume. Maybe you run like a team-wide challenge where you are encouraging, you know, top PV is going to get this from me, or top 3. I think you said you do that. Top 3 PV gets this from me. So I think just thinking of ways to increase your volume, and then also, so group volume would be a goal, I would say. Setting your own PV would be a goal. And then I would also set like a recruiting goal. Like how many people do you want to add to your team each month, or like in a month or in 2 months? Because things like life's going to happen. And sometimes, you know, the people who are always showing up won't be able to show up in the same way. So make sure that you're always keeping your pipeline full and adding more people to your team. I hope that helps. I talk with my hands a lot.
No, that's perfect. My little one is crying, so I'm gonna have to sneak off, but thank you, Rachel.
No, that's okay. And let me know. I mean, shoot me a message if you have more questions.
I'm gonna peek back on here hopefully, but I have to go later down for a second. So.
Okay, sounds good. Ashley said, I need more accountability as well. I recently started using Silk and Sonder monthly planners and love them. I give group volume goals and I don't know what motivates them. No one gives feedback, or I have 2 people join my team calls. Okay, so group volume goals and what motivates them. I think that I'm gonna get I think I'm gonna move off of this screen. Actually, we'll stay here in case we got to come back to it. You know, I think a lot of it is just knowing, like, it's hard to know, I guess, what motivates people, but I think that there's kind of a difference between motivating people and inspiring people. I think a lot of people are here with Zaya because they love the product, they love the company, they just want to like have fun with it. And I mean, I'm here to have fun with it too. That's why I joined in the first place. I think that sometimes if it's like too much pushing the business, then sometimes it can push people away. So I guess I don't know what the relationships have been like lately with your team, but I think just talking to them and figuring out like what's the impact that they want to have with their businesses, and really kind of speaking to that, because I know that right now, especially, like, yeah, people need the money, but because things are so weird with COVID, sometimes leading with money talk or business talk turns people away. So I think I would just figure out kind of what is the impact that they are wanting to have. Like, why are some of them doing this? What drew them to Zaya in the first place? Really think, like, really working on product focus, I think sometimes is a good idea, because then it helps remind people why they fell in love with Zaya in the first place. You know, most people fall in love with Zaya because of the product, because they love their leggings and they love the way it makes them feel. So I think sometimes just bringing it home to that simple concept of, why do you love Zaya? Why do you love this product? How is paying that forward? What does that make you feel like? Why do you want to pay it forward? Sometimes some of those things can go further than setting business goals. And I know it's like, I don't know, it's hard to know what motivates people, but I think at the same time too, I mean, like I said, it's all about, a lot of people, it's really about impact, but then at the same time, it's consistently adding to our teams, you know, just always keeping that pipeline full, because people will come in and out of the business, and that's just normal.
So, sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you here a little bit.
No, I'm done.
So like I have like reached out to like teammates, like individually, like send them like little voice clips, which I still need to get back to you on yours, but it's just been crazy at the salon. But and like, no, some people just don't give me feedback. Some of them don't even respond, and like, I don't know, like it's like hard because like you don't want to just like give up on them. And I know like it's been a while since I've added a new team member, but like most of my teammates are on my first line, you know. So I try and be really good about doing that and motivate them, or inspire them to do things. And like when the 2 people that hopped on the team call that I did, because I like wanted to talk to them about goals, and I also asked them like, what can I do better to be a better leader to you, or give you, you know, more support. And the 2 that were on there, like, I think you do a great job. Like, keep doing what you're doing. So like, it's like really hard because when I only get feedback from like 2 people, you know?
Yeah.
And I've tried like forms, and I've tried like in the team page, I've tried in our group chat, I've tried individual messages, and it's hard. And I think that's where I'm stuck with like moving forward in my business, because I'm trying so hard to like help my team, because that's kind of like where I'm at to like keep going up, is, you know, sort of thing. But
yep. No, I think that, so a couple things. For one, I would say, you know, first of all, you said only 2 people hopped on. Like, I get that. You know, sometimes I do team calls, and you guys, this is like the best turnout we've had in a really long time. So I get that. Like, sometimes people just can't get on calls and people are busy with their kids or whatever it is. Another thing is that it sounds to me like the girls who are showing up and the ones who are responding, they're your girls, right? Like if people are too busy to get on a call or listen to a recording, or they're too busy to talk goals, or they don't want to talk goals, maybe they're avoiding that conversation, then maybe it's because they don't really have goals or they don't want to work in that way. So that's why it's so important to just keep adding to your team, because like I said, there's like people will come and go, life will happen, they might come back and then really hit it hard. And I think just continuing to connect with your girls like you've been doing is a really good idea, because when the time is right, then they'll be ready. They'll be like, oh, okay, well, I know Ashley's going to support me because she never gave up on me and she never stop reaching out or whatever it is. They know that you're going to be there for them. But then also just kind of recognizing that sometimes you might have a big team of people, but maybe they're not going to be your runners. Maybe they're more just like they're lifers. They're like your best customers in a sense, and I think, and there's a place for that on every team. We all have our reps who are our best customers, and they love to buy it. They love to share it with their family. And that's kind of it, So I would just really focus on continuing to add to your team, and then continuing to just add value to your team, because they're watching you show up. They're going to see if you continue to show up. And as you keep doing it, they're either going to jump on board or they're going to jump ship. And there's really nothing wrong with either one. It just kind of gives you clarity on what their goals are, if that makes sense. I don't know. I hope if you have feedback on that, let me know.
Yes. That does help. It's just like hard because you're like, oh, do I keep pushing, to give this person support or do whatever? And then sometimes I just have to be like, okay, sometimes you just have to let be, and if they want help, they'll come to you.
Right. And I think, focus on the people who are doing the work, the ones who are putting up their numbers, the people who are making sales. I mean, especially if they're not responding to messages or showing up for calls, their numbers are probably the most telling thing, because if they're not showing up and they're not responding and they're not making sales, well, they're probably not in it really right now to build a business. But if you're watching these girls who do have good numbers and they're making sales, but they just can't get on a call, that's a little bit different. They're probably just kind of running a chaotic life and they're not able to hop on. So it sounds like your girls, I mean, they said you're doing awesome, and I'm sure you're an awesome leader, Ashley. So I know that they're watching you and they appreciate you. It's just some people just, sometimes they get into it and they're like, oh, I have to do a lot of work. I don't want to do that.
And that's what I've had, that I've had that with a lot of the last people that I have enrolled as new reps. And I was like, I give them all the steps to succeed. And I'm like, let's do your launch party. And then we do that, and then there's nothing. And I feel like they just expect that it's just supposed to sell itself, or, or they're only sharing on Wednesdays, or, just not showing up, or I guess whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just at the same time, you want to be like, well, why did you sign up if you didn't want to sell anything?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think they want to be your best customer. You know what I mean? Those are actually the people that are really good for referrals too. If they're not going to work the business, if they're just kind of putzing around, I mean, you could ask them hey, I don't know, are you planning to work the business? If not, do you have any friends and family who want to host a party? I mean, they're lifers. They love it enough to sign up as a rep. So I don't know. That's just an idea. Maybe throw that out there to them too, or just love them where they're at. I mean, it's hard to do when you see potential in people and you really want them to show up and do it, but we can't do the work for them.
I'm going to ask Melanie a question, because she just put a question in the chat or whatever. But Melanie, is this girl, does she get sales from her VIP group, If so, like I try and tell this to like my girls is I get like the bookings like in the follow-up. So, or just reaching out one-to-one, like, and I guess, I don't know, I guess I don't, maybe Rachel can answer the question a little bit more, but, and just doing like fun, I do like fun interaction, on my VIP group. So like lately it's been doing like Christmas stuff or stuff that doesn't even pertain to Zaya, for interaction. And then I feel like that gets more engagement with like the algorithms. Also, another thing with like VIP groups is don't hit the invite button, send people the link, because when they request to join, the algorithm's going to put notification in people's notification, so people are going to see it more, and then they might see some more posts that she's doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Melanie.
Sorry, just a second. I'm putting my daughter in the car seat. Just a second.
No, you're good. Don't smack her head on the ceiling or on the roof of the car. Done that a lot. My poor kids. Oh, good times. And okay, while she's putting her daughter in, I'll just read the question so if anybody's listening to the recording. So Melanie asked, how do we help someone who is enthusiastic about Zaya? She's active in her VIP as much as she can and trying to get parties and still little to no engagement. She wants to make money but having a hard time with it. So, you know, my initial thought is that she needs to be adding more people to our VIP group. Like she just has to keep that funnel full. And I think that sometimes, you know, we look at our VIP group as our customers and we sit there and we're like, why aren't they doing anything? I can't get my VIP group to act. I can't get them to order. Nobody's hosting. And it's because you have to fill that funnel again. You have to keep adding new people in. And, you know, I know that sometimes, you know, I'm in these groups and I get sick of people talking at me, but then it's like, I go into a new group, you know, somebody would invite me into a group and I'm going to be active right away. Like I'm excited to be in that group. I'm going to check it out. I want to get engaged in that stuff. And it's the same thing with Zaya and our VIP groups, and really just making sure that we're always funneling people in. We're always having those conversations, whether it's in parties, you know, if she's not having parties, you know, she needs to be talking to people on social media, reaching out to more friends and family, running maybe like a mystery hostess and getting more people in there, but just really finding ways to invite people. She has to do the work to shoot an invite out and ask them to join her VIP group. She's got to start building that up with more people. And I think that we, like I said, we get stuck in this mindset that like nobody's buying, nobody's, you know, biting on my sales or anything like that. And it's just a matter of continuing to add new people in there. And it's the same with our teams, you guys, like the exact same thing. I think we sit there sometimes and we're like, I wish if only so-and-so would sell so much more, so-and-so would do this. But we can't always just rely on the people who are there. We have to continue to fill that funnel and to bring in more people. So I hope that that answers your question a little bit, Melanie, but that's whenever I feel like people aren't acting, it's like you got to bring in more. Like I just feel like that's the solution to everything. And it has to be an invite too.
That did help some. Thank you. Yeah, she actually, besides herself, I don't think she's had any sales like at all since she's become a rep. And I don't know, like she's been, you know, she's gone, I don't know when the last time that she's gone live in her group, you know, but she's super enthusiastic. She's very, you know, like hyped up about it. She's very, you know, warm and excited. But there's just, I think the most engagement she gets in her VIP group is me. And then one of my loyal customers who also joined her group, and, you know, she tries to help as well. And I don't know, I'm kind of like hit a wall, And as you know, I've been very kind of MIA myself. And so now I'm just trying to think of ways. I've been thinking about her a lot, and I'm trying to think of ways how to encourage her and get her, not to be so down about it and not to get so discouraged and not to give up, because I can kind of see she's been just kind of, it's dampened her spirit, I think, a little bit. She had really big, hopes for being a rep and making money and everything, but it's been really rough. And so I think I really like what you said about and reminding me about the constantly, getting more people in and adding. I will talk to her and see, if she is doing that, because I really don't know that about her. So that is definitely something, as her upline, I need to be a lot better at. So,
well, and I was thinking, I'm trying to remember, was it you who you had like a few parties to start, and then you kind of like had a leg, and then for a while in your business, and then you started having more? Was that you?
No, I actually have a leg right now. Like the last couple of months has been that way. I had parties quite often, actually, up until like October, I think. And then like I still have a party right now that's been open. Was opened. It started the beginning of November, and it's still open, and it still has not even hit. I don't even think it's hit 200 yet. And she wants to keep it open. She keeps telling me she has a friend who wants to order, and it's been like weeks. So I'm not really sure what to do about that.
I would just encourage her I'm like, okay, I would just keep it open for her. I mean, maybe she'll make a VIP link or something like that. But I
was just going to say the same thing. Tell her to turn it into a VIP link.
Yeah. With your rep too, I was thinking as you were talking, I'm like, what if she's excited about it, maybe if you guys did something together, and I don't think any of your other reps are working their business right now, I guess. But if you guys did like an event together, that might be fun. If you did like a New Year's, and you guys took turns going live for a week, and you put both your links up in the comments or something like that. Like, I feel like it could give her something new to invite people to get them interested. And then it would also probably not be overwhelming, because you would both have people in there and you could both be sharing the workload. Maybe that would encourage her and get some sales. I don't know.
That sounds like a good idea. How would you do that? Would I create a group for that, or have add her and she adds her people, or what?
Yeah. Yep. So you could, like I was saying before, you could do it like themed, like a New Year, new activewear, New Year, new you, new activewear party or something like that. And you guys could, you could do like a mystery hostess, or you could just actually mystery hostess might get confusing if you both have your link, but you guys could kind of run it like do giveaways, and you, like I said, put both of your shopping links up in the comments, and then you guys can refer people up, let them know that your links are up there and they can order through the rep that invited them or something like that. I don't know. I just hear about these like mega parties. Do you guys hear about mega parties?
No.
There's mega parties. New year, new you, new year, new gear. I like that, Ashley. But there's these mega parties that teams are starting to run, and they overwhelm me. But basically it would be like, I think they invite like their whole team, and it would be like me running the party, and then you guys would all invite your reps or your guests to it. You send your guest your link in like a pod, and then it would be like me running the party, or like somebody else, like a few of us running the party, and then you would just be like engaging with the customers in a messenger thread, is the way I gather it. Which we can try it sometime if you guys want to, but it sounds very overwhelming to me.
It's chaotic.
It does. I think so too. But people say that
it might be fun.
I don't know. Maybe we could do that in January. We could kick it off for a team and check it out. It's just like, I feel like it's fun to get in front of your own people. You know what I mean? So like if you guys are doing a party, I feel like it's probably better if you're the ones that are in front of your people instead of like me in front of your people. You know what I mean? That sounds like a lot of work for 1 to 2 people. Ashley, I agree with that. That's what I'm like, for 1 to 2 people, but not for everybody else. So maybe that's the payoff. I don't know. But anyway, there's mega parties out there. So if you hear anybody talking about mega parties, I think that's what it is. I'm trying to gives me about it. Me too, Ashley. Why do you think I haven't like jumped on board? But do you guys have any other questions? It's already been an hour. Holy cow. I'm like losing my voice. I haven't talked this much for so long, you guys.
Can I just tell Melanie, tell your girl not to give up. She sounds exactly like me. I've done this for a little over a year, and I finally have started to get some momentum. My VIP group is about the same. I hardly get any interaction. I have like 2 people in there that order besides me. I had somebody reach out to me and ask to host a party, and I've gotten 3 parties off of her.
Nice.
So just don't give up. Tell her not to give up.
I will. I know she has a daughter that's in her group. I'm gonna tell her to start harping on her. Maybe like her daughter will do that, and maybe it'll kind of go from there.
That's like
Thank you.
And I know that Jordan's not on, but Jordan always tells the story of she has a rep too who like she said, I swear it was like 6 months that this girl would post in her VIP group and she showed up and she was enthusiastic and she just kept going for like 5-6 months. And then all of a sudden it was like, bam, like she was like, people were on board. She was the top PV earner in her whole team. Like, she's like, oh my gosh, she is my favorite story of consistency because she just kept going. And she's like, seriously, some days I was like, how does she have the energy and like the joy to just keep bringing it, you know? And she's like, it paid off. I mean, she did it and she's doing really good. So yeah, not to give up.
Yeah.
I always thought it would be fun to have a way for teammates to go live for each other, share different products and also body types. Makes sense? Yes, it does. I know my VIP group likes to see me, but sometimes comments like, well, cute on you, not me. I know. Show the versatility without it just being marketing pictures. I agree with that. Maybe we should try like some sort of a mega party sometime in January and we can all just go live. I feel like Ashley did something. Some of you girls did that last like summer, didn't you? You guys had like a shopping mall type thing and you all went live.
Yeah, we did it. It was like Leanne and some people on my team and Leanne's rep that she has underneath her. And we did it. And that was pretty fun. Actually, I think Kelly Jansen was in it. It was when we did the fingernail more challenge.
That's
and
right.
So then some of those that were in that team, I offered it to them to do with us. And that was actually kind of fun, but it wasn't like the mega parties gives me anxiety. Like if I had like 30 reps in one party, that would give me anxiety. But I think it was about 8 of us that did it. And yeah, it was pretty fun. And we tried to pick like different things that people didn't normally see in some of the parties that we talked about. Like, yes, we definitely talked about like light and tights and stuff like that, but we tried to pick different pieces that were like some of our own personal favorites, like saying like, okay, I want to talk about this. And then that's like kind of what the people showed. So, and I'm pretty sure that Jordan and her team did something like this, like a team try on.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. That sounds right. That sounds familiar.
But everybody went live and like showed like an outfit of the day and talked about just like a few pieces. And we tried to make sure that we were all in like together, knowing like what people were going to wear. So we weren't just talking about the same things. So.
That sounds fun. Maybe we should do that between Christmas and New Year's, or should we wait till January?
Ooh.
I don't know. Now I'm nervous because I'm like between Christmas and New Year's. Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to go on vacation the 18th to the 23rd. I'll come home and be like, ah! But let's all, okay. We'll get something together. Maybe let's get something together for like the beginning of January. That would be fun. New Year. New you, new year, new gear. Right, Ashley? Did I say it right? Christy said that she did a mega party with her team a couple of times now, and they have actually been pretty successful. That's awesome, Christy. That's good to know. We should probably do something. I'm going to be starting a fitness group over Zoom in my VIP, and I'm really hoping that will get some more girls pumped up for Zaya. I love that, Melanie. That's so fun. So fun. You guys are fun. Thanks for being fun. Do you guys, okay, any last minute thoughts? Then we're going to go because I got to go to bed. Actually, I got to shut my brain off before I go to bed. Okay, we're good. So just to wrap up, if you guys have, like, if you need that accountability, message me if we haven't talked about that already. If you want to, you know, print off that goal thing I sent or I showed you guys, or if you want to go to Inkwell Press and buy the goal planner, I don't even remember how much it was, but go buy that. It will really help to just really break down goals into those tangible steps. It just feels so much less overwhelming, and it just really feels like a game plan. And what's the saying? They say that clarity comes with action, or action brings clarity. So sometimes we get stuck, but just taking those baby steps is going to help you so much to just know where you're going. And if you start taking those steps and it doesn't feel right, you can shift, you can change directions and change your goal. You know, you're not set in stone or anything like that. So, okay, let me know if you need help with anything. I'm here to help you guys. Thanks for hopping on. It's so good to see your faces. We'll try to do it, like, I'm thinking once a month, a team call is reasonable. Okay, have a good night, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.